For 12th standard, today we are going to study about some crosses and also about the incomplete linkage, which we had not taken up in the last class. Now crosses, there are various types of crosses to find out the progeny or the genotype of the progeny. The first cross that we are going to study is about the test cross. Now test cross is done, we are showing with a monohybrid cross. Suppose this is the parental generation, capital T showing a tall plant and small t showing a dwarf plant. Now if they are crossed in the F1 progeny, this is the F1 progeny. If we cross the F1 progeny with a recessive parent, okay, with a recessive parent, then we call it a test cross. Usually when we cross with a recessive parent, if we get 50 all tall, then we can say that this particular genotype is a dominant genotype. But if we get 50% tall and 50% dwarf, then we can tell that this is a hybrid, or what we call say a heterozygous genotype. So that is the purpose of the test cross. When we cross with the recessive parent, if we get all tall, then this will be a pure homozygous. If we cross with a recessive parent and we get 50% tall and 50% dwarf, then we say that this is a heterozygous genotype. This is applicable for a dihybrid cross also. Now next is back cross. Back cross is crossing again with any of the parents. Suppose this is the parental type, capital T into small t, this is the F1 generation. If we cross the F1 generation with any of the parent, suppose this is one of the parent, we cross it, and this is another parent, we cross it, then this type of cross with any of the parent, we call it a back cross. Now, so a test cross is also a back cross, but all back crosses are not test crosses. The third type is a reciprocal cross. This is of course done to find out sex-linked characters in human beings. Like say for example, here we say XC and XC. This is a affected colorblind gene which is carried on the X chromosome, and this is XY, a normal father. So here what we do, we interchange the sex of the individual with the similar type of phenotype. Like say for example, this is an affected female crossed with a normal male. Now whatever we get, the results that we can find out with the Punnett square. Here it is an affected male, we cross it with a, see here it was the affected female, here it is affected male. So we have just changed the phenotype in the sex of the individual. Like here from female we have taken it to male. Here it was a normal male and we have taken it a normal female. Now we can find out the results with the Punnett square. Here, if the results are different, then it is a sex-linked character. If it is an autosomal character, results will come same in spite of the reciprocal cross. Now, we will come to the incomplete linkage. In incomplete linkage, as I told you, like say for example, in complete linkage we get the two parental types. But in case of incomplete linkage, we find majority is the parental type and a small portion is that of the recombinant. Like say for example here we take in sweet Melathyrus odoratus, the flower having dominant character is blue and recessive is red, that is the flower color, and pollen length LL is long and small is round. This is the recessive character. Now when we make this cross, you can see here in the parental is pure dominant and pure recessive. Then in the observed characters we see 43.7% is getting the parental characters, 43.7 and 43.7. In the recombinants, that means that is combined with these two, that is 6.3 and 6.3. So this is the observed character. If complete linkage would have occurred, this will be 50%, here the recombinants will be 0. If Mendel's law been followed with independent assortment, all will be 25%. That is, these are showing the test cross in the F1 generation. So in F1 generation, when the test cross is done, if this is the case, where we have the dominant major part with a small amount of recombinant, this is incomplete dominance. We have only the parental types, no recombinants, that is a complete linkage. If we get all in the same proportion, 1:1:1:1 or 25%, 25%, 25%, 25%, then we say that independent assortment has occurred. So, incomplete linkage is basically we say why this occurs, why a major portion is dominant and a small portion is recombinant, because of the crossing over. Now, crossing over is a phenomenon which you know it takes place in the prophase 1 of meiosis II, where the chromosomal material or the genetic material is exchanged between the two non-sister chromatid of the homologous chromosome. Now that causes the recombinants to arise there. Now this recombinant will arise if the two genes are located on the same chromosome but quite a distance, then we say that will lead to incomplete dominance. If they are together very near to each other on the same chromosome, then it will be a complete linkage. But if the genes are located on two different chromosomes, that is totally chromosomes are different, in that case they will independently assort to follow the Mendel's law. I think if you have any question, you can ask on this, make on the comment box, and I will try to answer it. Surely, till then, thank you very much for giving a good hearing here.